This is battle inoculation training like we've never seen before.
We need our dogs to be able to operate in an environment with the handler, wherever that may be. And if the dog's not able to do its job because of that aspect, then you've lost that capability.
Everything you hear and see isn't what you'd expect. In fact, these noises aren't even being fired from a real weapon.
We have designed something that is looking as close to a rifle as possible to fool a military working dog, but that critically isn't a rifle, so that we have all of the same safety considerations around an actual rifle. So it started life as an airsoft replica. You can see from the magazine that it used to take BB pellets, but everything in here has been reworked for our purposes. And then at the end of this rifle, we have a high voltage discharge which simulates the effects of gunfire. So we get a small muzzle flash, we get the sound, and we get a small concussive effect as well, because it's breaking the sound barrier.
One military working dog regiment are exposing arms explosive search dogs and patrol dogs to the noises of a combat environment.
Okay, just keep an eye on Toto.
It's broken down into phases to get them comfortable around firearms.
Nice.
Right guys, so I'm going to take you through the picture of the battle inoculation protocol. There's 5 stages of the initial picture, and we're just going to build that up before we start shooting. So first of all, I want your weapon slung, and I'm just looking for a neutral response from your dogs. Right now guys, part of phase 1 is just asking your dogs for known behaviours, get them used to the rifle being there, you're in your full kit, you're wearing your helmet. It's just getting them used to building that picture of what you're like in your CFO. Then phase 2, I want you to bring your rifles up in different positions. So you can start doing that now. Bring it up into your shoulder and just keep an eye on your dog's reaction, making sure that they're not worried, they're not freezing, showing any signs of aggression, any signs of worry. So we've got an older dog, Lotta. She's been around for a time. She's done some of this training before. She's great. She doesn't react at all. And then we've got the young, enthusiastic Stonker, who actually looked like he was enjoying himself quite a lot, to be honest, and he's taken it on quite well.
And for Stonker, he's quite early in his training, is he?
Yeah, he is. He's a young dog, as you can tell by his enthusiasm. But no, he seems really relaxed, and we're looking for neutral behaviours, so happy, accepting their toys, accepting praise, not shying away, and he seems pretty content.
Leg.
3 rounds.
Good.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, can you go? If your dog's showing a nice neutral posture or showing you positive behaviour, then we can dress forward. Okay, good. Forward 10. We need the dog to stay with the handler. So we need the dog to be able to conform to the handler's movements and react to their words of command. So if we have dogs on patrol with an infantry call sign, and for example, they get contacted, then we need the dog to remain as calm as we can with the handler and move with them in a way that doesn't hinder the handler and also the section themselves. If they were going to move from cover, for example, from an open field to behind a building, we would need that dog to be able to move with the handler, not try and pull away from the environment, not be aggressive at all towards the handler or other members of the section, and all that takes time and all that takes training. Okay, so this is the final distance. If your dogs are happy at this distance, 10.
These dogs are at different points of their training and have different roles. They start at 100 metres and move closer to the noise, only if the handler can see the dog is happy to do so.
With me.
The second a dog shows signs of distress, it's end of the lesson for them and back to building up their training to get past this point.
Okay, I'm going to do one more for Toto. Yeah, feel free to reward him. We ran the same element of training again, just without the snoods on, so without their issued hearing protection. And what we're likely to see is the dogs reacting a little bit more adversely to the sound the closer they get, clearly because it's louder. The 3 that made it to 10 metres the first time actually made it to 10 metres again, which is good, which means we can progress forward with those dogs. Whereas Toto, as expected, only got to 50 metres this time. So last time he got to 40, this time he got to 50 before we had to stop the training. And again, we'll do more work with him.
Project Spielberg has been developed by JHub Med, an innovative team who were given a problem to solve: how to deliver battle inoculation training to military working dogs regularly when access to live firing on ranges is often limited.
I've been in the Royal Army Veterinary Corps since 2012. And this has been a problem throughout my career. Frankly, it's a bit of a sleeper problem. It's one of those things that those of us in the Vet Corps understand it's been an issue for a long, long time, and have been really frustrated in not being able to solve this problem. But we've just never really been able to get to the bottom of it. There have been plenty of reports from handlers out in theatre over many years where your dog is exposed to something that it's not comfortable with, and very quickly that dog team becomes operationally ineffective. And that is really difficult to deal with because it takes a long time to replace that dog team. Forgetting aside all of the the reasons why we wouldn't want to do that to the dog, of course. And that means that you've not got, let's say, an infantry company with their search asset or with their patrol dog. So it's really important to us that we don't have those failings on ops.
As this kit can be used more frequently, it means the regiment can train dogs to a high standard and get them operational even faster than before.
Okay.
Before, it depends on the planning cycle of the squadron. They might only be scaled to planned ranges once or twice a year, all the way down to once a month or twice a month. So from, let's say on average, once every 3 months, conducting either live or blank firing training, to what now could be every day. We still need to see what they're like on live ranges or under exercise conditions using blank firing rounds, but this definitely does allow that initial stage of training to progress a lot more rapidly.
Their training doesn't stop at the sound of a rifle. These dogs could go out to war zones where much larger weaponry is at disposal, which is where this box comes in.
So this is the mobile blast simulator. It's all self-contained within this Pelly case, and this is for a slightly different use case. So it's gas-powered, and it gives the similar sort of sound, small flash, and then a much larger concussive effect. But the use for this for dog training is not to replicate a handler with a rifle. This is more for a user unit like the infantry firing their weapon systems nearby, or indeed simulated enemy forces that would open fire on a section with the military working dogs attached.
2-year-old Stonker is now next to his handler as he takes a shot. This is the first time he's been this close to a firearm disarming.
Obviously he looked as he's going to, but yeah, everything positive. He wasn't pulling away, so really happy with him.
While more experienced 7-year-old Lotta takes on a battle simulation.
Got a front! Leg.
Why is that important that the dogs look at you for that instruction rather than just reacting?
It just reinforces that everything's fine, look at me, nothing's going to happen if you're just looking at me, and giving them confidence and that they're not distracted by other stuff, and that that they are fully invested in you rather than in what's going on around you.
After every phase, these dogs weep in the rewards. While this is only a trial for the dogs, it's hoped that animals and soldiers from across the military will get to use this kit to get them ready for combat zones. Kirsty Chambers, BFBS Forces News, St George's Barracks, Leicester. Thanks for watching. For more from BFBS Forces News, like and subscribe to our channel.